Rise and shine. It's 6 a.m. and we're starting at 77 degrees, which is not too bad considering we'll hit the 90s once again.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, May 21st.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you're having a good May so far. A lot of people getting ready for the end of the school year. Some people this week. I know some students next week. And actually, I heard Northside ISD, actually the first week of June is their last day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, smack dab in the middle of all that, of course, is Memorial Day weekend,
Yes.
the unofficial start of summer. And you didn't need a calendar to know that. All you have to do is go outside around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right, Mike?
Or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So, and God bless stuff. I mean, the eternal optimist.
Yes.
77, not bad compared to what it's going to be like later on today.
It's true.
Yes, that is true. But
She balances both of us out,
but
doesn't she, Mike?
compared to what it should be this morning and the humidity out there, it's it's very warm and humid. You can't hardly even see the skyline there from our camera down at Brooks City Base because of all that humidity. 78 officially out at the airport, Port SA, the hot spots along with Uvalde and Hondo, and everybody's in the mid to upper 70s. Temperatures are up on average 3-4 degrees compared to this time yesterday, and these numbers, the dew point temperatures, you get up into the 74s and 75s. That is just like running into a wet towel when you open up the door. So get ready, and it's going to be this way the next few mornings throughout the rest of the week going into the weekend. Mold's on the high side. Grass is low, and throughout the day, temperatures may drop to 76 degrees. I mean, you got clouds, you got all this humidity out there. We'll start to see a little bit of sunshine by late morning and noon, 89. So already above the normal high temperature, which is 88. So we're almost going to be 10 degrees above normal for the high temperature later on today. Humidity, yeah, it's still going to be there. So that's going to put heat index readings well up into the low hundreds. And that's in the shade. You get in the sun, feels even hotter than that. Down a degree or two the next couple of days, maybe a shower tomorrow. I wouldn't really get too excited about that. But like I was alluding to, throughout Memorial Day, it is going to be a scorcher. Details coming up, but there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, what is going on, sir?
All right, Mike, speaking about some light at the end of the tunnel here. So checking out TransGuide traffic cameras, I-35 at O'Connor. I was just looking at this, and there's a virtual parking lot right now, but we are starting to see traffic move through the northbound lanes of 35 at O'Connor Road. There's been 2 separate construction projects there in that area. Weidner, and also going up to Topperwine 1604. And the other camera I saw, it showed that it looked like the work convoy was finally making their way out of the area for the overnight hours. We have a stalled vehicle, Loop 410 westbound at Culebra Road on the west side of town, not causing too many delays right now, but this is going to be affecting some people coming down from 151 going to 90 on 410. So here's another quick look here at that construction that we were seeing. So this is about to change because, again, within the past 5 minutes or so, we saw the work convoy make its way up to 1604 and 35. Earlier, we're looking at about 7 miles per hour, 11 miles per hour getting through there, but it looks like we are starting to see traffic move through that area. Everything else across the city is looking pretty good. We had a crash earlier that was at 151, 1604, Wiseman, SeaWorld area. That has been cleared out. And we were talking about those new lanes on 1604. I believe we have some video here that TxDOT shared yesterday. All right, so this is the tweet that they shared out yesterday saying that new lanes were opened last weekend on 1604, and drivers now have 6 lanes to travel from Stone Oak Parkway to I-10. And look at that footage right there, of course, courtesy of TxDOT San Antonio. This is some video that they shot, posted on their social media platforms. So we see 3 lanes, both directions. This is all part of a plan to do a 10-lane, basically, highway where we're going to have 5 lanes in each direction, including an HOV lane in each direction, stretching from I-10 all the way up to 281 there on the far north side of town. So thanks to our editors that were able to kind of put this video together for us as we come back out here to our TransGuide traffic cameras. And one more quick look here. Again, 35 O'Connor, kind of the biggest trouble spot, but we are seeing traffic move through this area. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, sir. New this morning, a man is recovering after a house fire on the far west side. It happened on White Deer Lane near Marbach and Loop 1604. Fire crews tell us debris from the fire made it hard for them to fight the flames, and the home was destroyed. A family of 4 was inside at the time. We're told the father was taken to the hospital with some burns. The Red Cross is helping the family, and at this point it's unclear what sparked the flames.
Meanwhile, Workforce Solutions Career Center on the east side is closed today after a fire outside of that building. It happened yesterday evening around 6:45 at the location on East Houston Street near South W.W. White Road. San Antonio fire investigators say there was a flower bed on fire outside that building, and arson is investigating. Again, that Career Center will be closed today as they look at that damage.
2 teenagers are in the hospital this morning after being shot on the east side of town. Happened late last night around 8 p.m. last night on East Commerce near I-37. San Antonio police say it happened while they were driving in another area nearby. Officers tell us 5 people were in a car playing with what officers call toy guns. Then someone from another car drove past them and started shooting. 2 teens were both hit and taken to the hospital. No suspects have been arrested.
An 11-year-old student is facing charges after Schertz police say they took this realistic-looking BB gun to school. Now, it happened yesterday at Schertz Cibolo Universal City ISD. Officials at Wilder Intermediate School say the student sent a picture of the BB gun to another student and said it was real. The student also mentioned that they plan to use it in a fight. That student is now charged with making terroristic threats. Now, we also want to remind you, and can't stress this enough, if you see anything that looks suspicious, please say something because it could save lives.
The battle over border security is not over yet. The Senate expected to vote on a bipartisan border bill this week that beefs up border security. The bill may look familiar. It's part of a foreign aid package introduced back in February that failed to advance after Republicans and former President Trump criticized the bill. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer acknowledged the uphill battle the bill has to get enough votes to advance. Either way, border security will be a hot topic coming up in November. In your morning headlines, another bigger story we're following very closely.
Iran's Supreme Leader declared 5 days of public mourning after the helicopter crash that killed the country's president and top diplomat.
Here's ABC's Im Wen with reaction from the U.S. and Tehran.
Crowds gathered in Iran overnight to mourn the loss of President Ebrahim Raisi, who was killed in a helicopter crash on the northern Iranian mountainside. New video shows the moment search teams reached the wreckage after more than a dozen hours of searching through heavy fog. In the immediate aftermath of the crash, conspiracy theories of foreign involvement cropping up online. But U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin making it clear the U.S. had nothing to do with the crash.
The United States had no part to play in that crash, and that's a fact, plain and simple.
The State Department says the Iranian government even requested help from the U.S. government in finding the helicopter, but was unable to assist for what officials called logistical reasons. The loss of Iran's president coming at a time of heightened tension. Considered Iran's second most powerful person behind Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Raisi was considered a top contender to one day replace the 85-year-old supreme leader. In 2022, Raisi was responsible for the brutal crackdown on protesters in Iran and oversaw the massive missile and drone attack on Israel last month.
We have been quite clear that Ebrahim Raisi was a brutal participant in the repression of the Iranian people for nearly 4 decades. He was involved in numerous horrific human rights abuses. That said, we regret any loss of life.
Crowds now gathering in Iran as the nation mourns the loss of President Ebrahim Raisi along with 7 others in the helicopter crash. But some in Iran, along with those in exile in Berlin and London, celebrating the loss of a man they considered a tyrant. Im Wen, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, early voting is underway for the primary runoff in Bexar County. Polls reopen at 8 a.m. this morning. Early voting ends Friday and Election Day is next Tuesday. Now keep in mind you must vote with the same party you did back in March. Right now on KSAT.com, everything you need to know ahead of Election Day. You can find a sample ballot, candidate information, and the list of polling locations. Scan this QR code on your screen right now for more information over on our website.
Time now, 6:09 and 77 degrees for now.
After the break, the awards and honors keep rolling in for Victor Wembanyama. We've got that, plus a look at the NBA Conference Finals before things tip off tonight.
Let's look outside with live cam. Step outside, it's a little humid, but not too bad. The sun's not out. It's going to warm up later this afternoon, so prepare for that. Welcome back. It's 6:13, so this may not be surprising to Spurs fans, but Victor Wembanyama has another honor to add to his growing number of accolades.
Yeah, Wemby was officially named to the 2023-2024 NBA All-Rookie First Team. Along with Chet Holmgren, Wemby was a unanimous selection with first-team votes on all 99 ballots from a global panel of sports writers and broadcasters. Wemby becomes the 12th player in Spurs franchise history to be named All-Rookie and the first to receive first-team honors since Kawhi Leonard back in 2012. The newly crowned NBA Rookie of the Year started in 71 games, leading all rookies in scoring, rebounds, and led the league in blocks. So here's a look at the NBA All-Rookie First Team. Along with Wemby and Holmgren, you have Brandon Miller from Charlotte. You have, is it Jaime or Jamie? Jaime? Jaime? Oh, I got two different words. Jaquez Jr. of the Miami Heat. Brandon Podziemski with the Golden State Warriors is also on the list. Okay. Thank you guys
Very
for the
good.
help to team assist.
Yeah, very good there. I'm glad we got it out. Looking ahead, we are down to the final four teams in the NBA playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals. The sixth-seeded Pacers will take on the Boston Celtics, and Game 1 is tonight at 7 in Boston.
In the West, the Dallas Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves will face off. That best-of-7 series starts tomorrow night at 7:30 at Minnesota.
And time now 6:15, looking at I-37 at Loop 410. RJ, what's going on?
All right, guys. Yeah, major crash now being reported just into TxDOT, and also developing situation out here on the southeast side of town. 37 at Loop 410. These are going to be the eastbound lanes of 410 right before you get to 37 in the Presa Avenue area. And we do have I was looking at this and it looked like we had a vehicle off to the side. So that looks like it is confirmed. Looks like some type of rollover crash in this area. And again, right now it looks like all the main lanes are blocked on 410 before you get to 37 again on the east side, southeast side of town. And again, this just showed up, I mean, within the past 5 minutes or so. So we're still trying to gather a little bit more information. We have several emergency vehicles on the scene. Obviously, we have that, what looks like a trailer on the side of, on its side right now on the main lanes of 410 at 37. Let's look at our maps here and again, give you an indication of what we're looking at here. We're already seeing pretty good backup in this area. This is the South Presa area. This is the old Corpus Christi Highway section of the southeast side, and already backing things up pretty significantly as they divert traffic off to the access roads right here. Loop 410 eastbound 37 is going to be causing a major mess throughout the rest of our morning. Everything else across the city is looking pretty good. We still have that construction there, northeast side of town, basically O'Connor Road all the way up to Topperwine, the northbound lanes, and then we have this incident there, which is at a 410 and Bandera Road. But again, biggest issue right now, something we will continue to follow. 410 eastbound, all main lanes blocked right before you get to 37, just past Presa Street in that part of San Antonio. Mike?
Thank you very much, sir. All right. Air conditioning. Boy, that's going to be at a premium. Hopefully the school buses are air conditioned because you're going to need it. The humidity is very, very high this morning, almost like what it was a couple of weeks ago when those few days it was just like, wow. I mean, wet towel walk outside. Maybe a little bit of mist out there just because of all the humidity. And then 97 for a high temperature later on today. That is the normal high late July in the first about 10 days, almost 2 weeks of August, when historically the hottest time of the year. That's the average high temperature.
There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yes, we all agree. 100%.
There is.
Yeah, we don't approve.
Here's something that will take your mind off it.
Okay.
Little spring babies.
Aw, you're right. You win.
Look at the hungry little mouths right there.
I feel better now.
Yeah, Mama took off, and there's 6 little babies there, maybe 3.
She'll be back.
Pardon me?
She'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, what a cute little picture. Love that. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect. See, it took your mind off all the heat. Now I come back to this picture, and you can just see all that, I mean, cloudy skies. You just got the haze out there with all the humidity. All right, let's take a look. Climate Prediction Center through the end of the month. And, yep, it is going to be on the hot side. And this takes us all the way through next week from Memorial Day in through the end of the month. It is just going to be, like I said, brutally hot. Maybe a little chance for some rain once we get into the latter portion of next week. And It's not going to be a great chance, but perhaps slightly better than what would be the average amount. So that's kind of encouraging. Again, we're leaning toward the latter part of next week. Then go into the first few days of June, and yes, the odds of being above normal are still there, but maybe not quite as much above normal. And we do have still that chance for a little bit of precipitation. May is ending up on the not the good side, because usually May is a pretty wet month, but this year it is not going to be. We haven't had a whole lot of rain. We're definitely falling behind. All right, the high is kind of built in here. Now, we do have this southwesterly flow, and with that, talking about this yesterday, little disturbances will slide on through here. So that's why we do have a chance for some rain tomorrow. Just a 20% chance. Most of that's going to be up to the north. Perhaps a stray one on Thursday, a stray shower on Friday. I don't think rain chances are really that good at all. This is going to be the situation all the way then through the weekend. Stays very, very hot around here. Now we get into the first part of next week. This low up there to the north of us is not going to have any direct impact. However, that's going to help to get us into a little bit of a northwesterly flow. It looks like the high wants to shift. So with that would help to knock temperatures down, also knock some of the humidity down by next week. And then have, like I said, by the latter part of the week, a slight chance for some rain around here. We do have a shot at a couple of showers, thunderstorms tomorrow in the afternoon. Some of those may be on the strong side, especially further on up to the north. Thursday, Friday, I just have it as a 10% chance. I don't think rain chances are that great. You know, one or two of them may pop up here or there. And Friday and through the weekend, what little break we get in temperatures tomorrow, Thursday, back up into the upper 90s, which means a lot of areas are going to be well into the hundreds. We're going to have the humidity to deal with. So if you're outside, you know, a lot of outdoor plans this weekend, lots of shade, plenty of water.
For sure. But a tiny break tomorrow. And then, well, actually Thursday and Friday, right?
Tomorrow and Thursday, tiny break.
Tiny break.
Yes.
All right, we'll take it. Thanks, Mike.
620, 77 degrees.
Well, just ahead, Wendy's is introducing a $3 breakfast deal just days after McDonald's introduced its $5 value meal. That is next in your GMA First Look.
The darkness of bipolar depression made me feel like I was losing interest in the things I love. Then I found a chance to let in the light.
Discover Capilita. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Capilita is proven to deliver significant symptom relief from both bipolar 1 and 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Capilita can cause serious side effects. Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Capilita is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Report fever, confusion, or stiff muscles which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements which may be permanent. Common side effects include sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, and dry mouth. These aren't all the side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Capilita can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Capilita. Find savings and support at capilita.com.
In this morning's GMA First Look, fast food price wars.
At Wendy's, you can get
English muffin and seasoned potatoes for just $3.
Wendy's now offering a $3 English muffin deal, which includes seasoned potatoes and your choice of a bacon or sausage, egg, and cheese English muffin sandwich. The meal, less than the average cup of coffee.
$3 is generally a good deal for breakfast these days, but I think the real thing to note is it's a great deal for consumers at the drive-thru. It's an even better deal for Wendy's.
This as McDonald's announced their own limited-time $5 value meal deal just last week, responding to tough feedback about rising prices online.
So I went to McDonald's today and I still spent $6 on a bacon quarter pounder. Y'all not supposed to be expensive.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on whether these price drops are a sign of things to come or just a short-term fix. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, Apple is fixing a bug that brought back old pictures. Apple released an iOS update to fix a bug which caused photos to reappear in the user's libraries. The update addresses corruption issues that brought back photos deleted years ago. Boy, that would be bizarre, wouldn't it? Apple recommends updating iPhones and iPads now to fix the issue unless you're really sentimental.
I don't know about that. Well, Microsoft has announced Copilot Plus PCS. A line of computers from different brands will include built-in AI hardware. Microsoft showed a feature called Recall, which will help users find files and other data on their PC. Partners include Dell, Lenovo, and HP. So models start shipping on June 18th.
And Volvo has unveiled its first production-ready self-driving semi-truck. Truck features level 4 autonomous driving, meaning it can operate without a human driver. Volvo plans to deploy 20 trucks this year and 100 by next year.
And before we go to break, just a reminder that Planet Fitness is offering free memberships for teens this summer. So starting June 1st, teens between the ages of 14 and 19 can sign up for the free program at all gyms across the U.S. So Planet Fitness says the promotion will be available until the end of August. We have all of those details on our website at KSAT.com.
626, 77 degrees.
Look out there with TransGuide, see how the roads are looking. It looks a little, it looks a little backed up now that I took a closer look there at I-37 at Loop 410. Oh my goodness, we're going to be checking in with RJ Marcus about this crash a little later on.
6:30, let's go outside with live cam right now. Kind of a hazy start, very muggy out there. 77 degrees. Starting out at this temperature, you know we're going to rebound very quickly by this afternoon.
Yes, we will. Hi, good morning. 6:30 on Tuesday, May 21st.
Thanks for starting your day with us and meteorologist Mike Osterhage. Here we are one day closer to the end of May, and it's already feeling like the end of June.
Yes.
End of July, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The end of July, first about 10 days, 2 weeks of August, where the average high temperature is 97 degrees.
Ouch.
That's the forecast high later on today.
Well, that just means when July comes around, we're going to get a break somewhere, right?
Again, the eternal optimist, this young lady. All right.
She's amazing.
I know. She can, yes, she can make anything sound good. All right. Look at the haze off in the distance there. All of that humidity, which is continuing to get pumped on in here. Temperature stands at 78 degrees, 10 above normal out there at the airport. Dew point has gone up to 74, which means it's like a wet towel when you step outside. We've got a decent breeze out there, and that's just continuing to pump in all of that humidity. Temperatures overall are up 3, 4, 5 degrees on average around the area, and the dew points are up considerably compared to this time yesterday. Look at that, 76 dew point right now in Pleasanton. I mean, that's like walking into a wall of moisture when you step outside. Mold is on the high side, grass is low. Updated count comes out in about an hour, 2 hours or so. A few more clouds hanging around today, a little bit hotter. Yesterday, Sunday was 95, yesterday 96. Today, step it up another degree, like I said, up to 97. And then tomorrow, a couple more clouds, a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Rain chances are not that great. Primarily, rain's going to be further up to the north, but like I said, there's that small chance for that. And there's even smaller chance on Thursday and Friday for a couple of showers around here. And then I think plenty of sunshine over the weekend, and it's just going to continue to get hot. Plenty of heat. We're looking at 98s all the way through the weekend. And the humidity. We do start to see a break in the humidity late in the day on Memorial Day, and then we'll be down a few degrees next week and hopefully some rain by the latter portion of next week. All those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, sir, what's going on?
All right, Mike, major mess out here in the southeast side of town. We had a major crash involving at least one truck that rolled over and is now on its side. You see it right there in the middle of your screen, still on its side here. So we have emergency officials on the scene. No word on any injuries at the moment, but you do see that all the main lanes here for 410 eastbound have been shut down. We are still seeing traffic on the exit ramp here. So this is going to be exiting 237. So there is still traffic that is making its way through the exit ramp off of 410, but you do see this major backup here on the southeast side of town. Again, 410 eastbound at 37. Let's go to our maps and see exactly what we're looking at here. So now we have the traffic building up. This is South Teresa right here, all the way to Southton Road, all the way to Villamane. So if you need to step outside right now in this area, just keep in mind that 410 eastbound is shut down to 37. You could take South Teresa Street. That'll get you all the way up to Southeast Military and around up to 37. Or you could also take Villamane. That will also get you to meet up with South Teresa Street in that area right there. But again, we are seeing a significant backup right now due to this crash that involved that truck that is right now on its side, blocking all the main lanes of 410 eastbound at 37. Across the city, everything else is looking okay, with the exception of 410 Bandera Road. We have a stalled vehicle in that area for our drivers on the northwest side of town. So, we see these significant crashes, major crashes all the time across the city of San Antonio. And in Texas, getting caught not wearing a seatbelt by a law enforcement officer could cost you anywhere from $200 to $250. But the message goes beyond the cost for a Kerrville mother. Patty Santos is back with us here to tell us why the message is personal for her. Good morning, Patty.
Hey, good morning. This is Doreen Palestrant. Her 17-year-old son was killed in a rollover crash. He was not wearing his seatbelt. David Palestrant was killed in November 2021. He was a passenger in a truck that was going 88 miles an hour. The truck driver swerved and lost control, rolling the truck 6 times. David was pronounced dead at the scene. David, a senior and getting ready to start his life. His mother has joined TxDOT, hoping that her words and warning can save your life or someone you love. Tell them to wear a seatbelt.
He was getting ready to go off to technical school for welding. His dream was to be an underwater welder. Those dreams were taken away from David.
And starting this week and through June 2nd, law enforcement are stepping up their enforcement on those not wearing their seatbelts. If you get caught, it can cost you $200 fine, if not even your life. Kids under 8 have to be in a child safety or booster seat. That ticket can cost $250. Now, according to TxDOT statistics, last year in San Antonio, 80 people died after crashes in which they were not wearing seatbelts. Another 182 were seriously injured. Mark, Steph.
Thank you, Patty. And this coincides with the busy Memorial Day travel week. And if you're planning on hitting the road or the skies, experts say you are not alone. In fact, AAA estimates nearly 44 million people will travel 50 miles or more this holiday.
We're expecting the second busiest Memorial Day weekend of air travel since we started tracking at the beginning of the century.
So when should you head out? Experts say before 11 a.m. on Thursday or after 7 p.m. on Friday. Returning home after 7 p.m. on Monday night is the best time to be driving. Airports are also expected to be super crowded, so if you're flying, be sure to give yourself plenty of time to get checked in and through security.
And now to Uvalde, where the school district plans to hire a new police chief. That's according to a job posting on the district's website. Well, the current police chief, Joshua Gutierrez, was hired as interim police chief for the district back in November of 2022. After now former Chief Pete Arredondo was fired following his actions on the day of the shooting at Robb Elementary. Now, Gutierrez is still listed as the police chief on the department's website despite the posting. He told KSAT in December of 2022 that he was focused on rebuilding the department. Now, KSAT has emailed Gutierrez and UCISD for additional information. We will bring you updates as they become available.
It has been almost 2 years since the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, and since then, Robb has become known to the world as a place of tragedy. In our latest KSAT explains it has a different kind of history and had that long before.
There was a contest at the time that the school was being built as to for whom it should be named.
My best friend was out there walking, and I did not know why. I did not understand.
The school issue came up. We took advantage of that.
A teacher's memory and a student walkout are all part of the history of Robb Elementary. The full episode of KSAT Explains is available right now on KSAT.com.
Starting in just a few hours, the high-profile case of a man accused in the death of a 5-year-old boy is set to begin. Now, Daniel Garcia is accused of physically beating the little boy to death back in July of 2021. Garcia at the time was dating the boy's mother, Nicole Aguilar, who was also charged in this case. Garcia was first charged with murder. However, prosecutors are taking him to trial on the charge of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury. So this is a case we've been following closely, and KSAT 12 will be live streaming that trial on KSAT Plus and KSAT.com. So just look for updates throughout our later newscasts.
Before we go to break, it's been just over 6 months since Robert Isaacs was last seen alive, and now the woman accused of killing him is in custody. It's an update to a story we've been following out in Bandera County since November. Sheriff's Office identified the woman in footage from Isaacs' doorbell camera as Frida Thomas. The 88-year-old's body was found 2 days later. Sheriff's Office says Thomas was arrested Monday up in Oklahoma. Right now it's 6:38, 77 degrees.
A recent graduate from Our Lady of the Lake University didn't let a career-ending soccer injury keep her from leaving a lasting legacy on campus. That is next in our Great Grad series.
6:42, welcome back to GMSA. As we wrap up graduation season, we're highlighting some local college graduates who are leaving a lasting impact on their university.
KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers introduces us to Rachel Juba, a recent grad from Our Lady of the Lake University who had to relearn who she was after an injury ended her soccer career.
Soccer has been a part of Rachel Juba's life since she was a little girl. Growing up, her dream was to play it in college. That dream became reality when she got to play at Our Lady of the Lake University. That is, until she injured her foot her senior year.
It was really muddy, raining, and just kind of luck of the draw, got caught and it just kind of twisted. I tore a couple ligaments in my ankle and partially tore a couple other ones and got a couple bone bruises.
While Rachel's soccer career came to an end, her student life kept going. She was involved with student government, becoming SGA president at OLU.
A lot of what I do revolves around what students tell me, if they have a complaint or if something's working really well or if something's really not working well. Or if they just want new things.
Rachel was involved in the school's Pen Pal program and was a part of Sigma Zeta. Organization was key to keeping her busy schedule on track.
I really had to just write everything down, every game, practice times. It wasn't easy to balance it, but it was very intentional.
Rachel will be leaving a lasting legacy at OLU. As SGA president, she had the opportunity to help elevate the campus lamppost, which is in honor of Sister Janine Slater, a former president at the university. Rocks and blue tiles have been laid in the area and reveal an important path for the OLU community.
We did 4 curves in the pathway to represent our 4 core values of community, integrity, trust, and service.
The area will be completed with flowers later this year. As for Rachel, her journey continues. She graduated with her bachelor's in biomathematics and environmental sciences and will attend Rice University this fall to get her master's in environmental analysis. Rachel says she will always be grateful for her experience at OLU.
Being here and being around this community and these people has helped me mentally be I'm okay to move forward.
Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
Well, speaking of graduations, if you are looking for the perfect gift for someone graduating in your life, you can go ahead and tune in today on GMSA at 9 for some of the top gifts this year.
We'll be talking with a shopping expert about some practical gifts, some techie gifts, and some for relaxation before they have to enter the real world. So tune in for that conversation and more coming up today on GMSA at 9.
Yeah, good to have some options out there.
Mm-hmm.
Time now 6:45 and looking still not so good at I-37 at Loop 410.
So yes, let's talk about some options here to get around this big mess here. Southeast side of town, basically around 6:15 this morning, we had a major crash involving, it looked like at least one truck that rolled over. So it was on its side, but they got that truck back upright. Still don't see a tow truck out in this area. So right now we are still seeing the main lanes of 410 eastbound at 37, right before you get to 37. In fact, that has been shut down for the time being, and we're still seeing traffic on the exit ramp. That will take you to 37, but again, we're still have a major backup in this area. So let's talk about some options here. South Presa Street, you could take that all the way up to Southeast Military and make your way back to 37 that way. We see some backup here, South End Road. This is Villamain right here. That one will also get you up to South Presa Street if you need some options in this area. Again, all main lanes there, 410 eastbound at 37, shut down for the time being after a rollover crash happened around 6:15 this morning. Some other incidents across the San Antonio area. This is not great because we have a stalled vehicle being reported at I-10 West, Fulton Avenue. That is right there where that bridge work is taking place. So we could see some delays headed into our 7 o'clock hour, and we still have that stalled vehicle out there, 410 and Bandera Road. That's going to be in the eastbound lanes of Bandera Road at 410, but traffic is still kind of getting through that area. So biggest issue we're seeing right now is 37, 410 eastbound lanes right there. Major crash shutting down the highway in that area. So good luck to our drivers on the southeast side. We're seeing some daylight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I was
That's good news.
I was lost in that part of town Saturday night leaving the Frost Bank Center.
Yes.
I took a wrong turn and took the long way home.
Yes.
Yes.
It'll get tricky if you make one of those.
It depends
Go
on
the
how
wrong
they.
way.
Well, it depends on how they route you, right?
Where you park, yeah, it depends on where. Well, there was a time when we were going to Spurs games,
Sure.
kind of. I don't want to say frequently, but we're like, oh, okay, let's remember to park. I forgot at this side.
Yeah.
But if you haven't been in a while, which in my case as well, is like, oh, that's right. Now we're on the wrong side of the highway.
I was going out,
You too?
sent that way on Houston over to 10 and trying to, so.
Well, there was a point where my girlfriend's like, "Do you know where you're going?"
Of course, that's what you
Of course.
say. Of
And
course.
then I was like, "Go ahead and route it."
Pull up the map.
All right. Y'all need to play along.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be voice over the picture.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So have a little conversation going on here. What's going on?
I have to look closer.
Are we there yet?
The Egyptian geese showed up on the doorstep.
Look at the
Put some voices to the geese. Honey, you said there was going to be a pool at this place.
Is that water for me? Like that cup right there?
Kids, come on now. Leave your father alone. So
Reminds me of a joke, I guess. Why did the chicken cross the road? Maybe?
Okay.
To visit the Egyptian geese.
Geese Party of 9. Your table is available.
There
Geese
you go.
Party of 9.
Exactly. Did you make reservations? Anyway, thank you very much for the KSAT Connect. You got something, RJ?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I like
Okay.
the pick though.
Yeah.
It's a neat pictures. I appreciate that one. Thank you very much. All right. Wow. I mean, it just, look at that fuzz, the haze out there from all the humidity that is in. It's definitely going to greet you when you step outside this morning. We've got a lot of clouds, obviously, a ton of humidity. It's almost as high as what it was a couple of weeks ago. We are going to make it up to 89 degrees today at noon, already a little bit above the normal high temperature. And then we top off today at 97. That's the average high temperature, normal high temperature. Late July, early August, historically the hottest time of the year. So it's going to feel like the middle of the hottest part of the summer later on today, and we'll still have plenty of humidity out there. So heat index readings are definitely going to be very high. All right, take a look at a couple of different computer models, and this is what is going to be going on Wednesday. This one really does not have a whole lot in the way of rain. Most of it well up there to the north. A couple of these showers want to try to get into our northern counties, but this keeps all of the rain further on up there to the north, maybe just a stray one here and there. This computer model is a little more aggressive as far as bringing some rain down in here by Wednesday dinner time, tomorrow dinner time, and then a few of those thunderstorms moving into the area. So again, you've got two different computer models, almost two completely different solutions as far as what's going on tomorrow. So that's why I have rain chances at 20%, kind of splitting the difference between the two. Storm Prediction Center, because we've got this very warm, humid, volatile atmosphere, does have the chance for some of those storms to become strong to severe. That's throughout northwest Bexar County into the hill country. The better shot at rain or anything strong to severe is going to be further up there to the north. So the high is taking over. However, it's not really plunked down right on top of us. That's why we have this southwesterly flow. We get these little disturbances sliding through here, giving us that small chance for some rain. So that'll be the case on tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Friday. It's almost not even worth a mention, I think, as far as rain chances. Stays hot through the weekend. Then as we go into next week, the high is going to start to work its way back to the west a little bit. This trough is digging here. That's going to put us into a bit of a northwesterly flow. Get rid of some of the humidity and at least knock temperatures down somewhat. I mean, it's not going to be any cold blast by any stretch, but we'll be down closer to a normal high temperature. Like I said, trim off some of the humidity and then eventually get a shot at some rain. But until then, it is just going to stay very, very hot, very, very humid all week long. And then we get into the weekend, it's going to be even hotter, upper 90s, so a lot of triple digits. Jen, just got to emphasize plenty of water.
For sure. And shade. Shade is pretty helpful if you can
because
find it.
again, all numbers we talk about are in the shade. So you get out in the direct sun, you're not just feeling the air temperature, it's kind of heating you up. So
Okay, and if you guys need routes, 37 410 area, just ask. I know several ways around there.
You're an expert now.
651, 77 degrees.
We'll check.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, looking ahead, 3 graduates from John Jay High School are headed to the U.S. Naval Academy. We're going to hear from them as our Great Grad series continues tomorrow on GMSA.
Outstanding news. Outside with Live Cam Tuesday morning. We're so glad you start your day with us here on GMSA. Just about 5 minutes till 7 on your Tuesday.
Let's check back with RJ about that situation on 37 and Loop 410.
All right, guys. Yeah, I got some good news for our drivers that are about to step outside right now, making your way on the far southeast side of town. It looks like we have at least one main lane back open here in this area. Again, this is 410 eastbound right there, right before you get to 37, a little bit past South Bresa Street. So it looks like crews are starting to clear things out here, and we're seeing traffic now move through this area. We had a rollover crash there involving at least one truck, but they got that truck out of the way there, and still no word on any injuries, but something we will continue to follow. Taking a look at the downtown area, unfortunately, we have all that bridge work taking place here. Now we have a couple of stalled vehicles, Frio Street and Culebra on the westbound lanes of I-10 there at the upper level. Everything else across the city is looking okay. 410 Bandera Road still have a stalled vehicle there on the northwest side. Mike, how are things looking outside?
Very warm, very humid, even more so than what it was yesterday. You can just see all that kind of haze out there with all the humidity. We're at 78 degrees, 79 now at Randolph as well as Port SA. And it's just going to stay very hot today. August kind of temperatures out there. 97, winds out of the southeast, 15, 20 miles per hour, continue to pull in all the humidity. Maybe a shower tomorrow afternoon, perhaps 1 or 2 Thursday, Friday, but then it heats back up over the weekend. So it's going to be a scorcher for the Memorial Day holiday weekend.
Well, if it's feeling like August, that means it's time for Mike and Mark birthday celebrations.
There you go.
Let's knock those out.
Early gifts will be accepted, right?
Or not.
Yes, they will.